We can see that soon the sensors will be beyond cameras. It will be something that can control all of the things inside of a place, not only a store, but also in the malls, for example. And considering the malls, what is things that are more important regarding the KPIs that malls are checking every day that you see on last years?
The malls, if you look on the mall history and how they have been working for many years, for them, they, first of all, if you're a retailer, you need a rent store in the mall. The mall is doing the marketing, the mall have a security staff, and they have expenses. They are earning on renting, so they are renting not only stores but also as spaces in the corridors. And for the malls, the most important KPI, if you look on the retail, it's a conversion rate. But if we look at the mall, it's turnover per customer. So how much every customer is spending in our mall. This gives them understanding on everything, on events, different investments in advertisement campaigns. So basically, turnover per customer, it's one of the most important KPIs in the mall. To get that KPI, it's really important for the mall to get to collect the turnover from every tenant. And this is where we, in cooperation with Danske Shopping Centers, or the biggest mall chain owner in Denmark, since 2012, developed solution that today it's used globally with more than over, I will say, 400 plus malls, where we are collecting turnover from every tenant and calculating automatically turnover per customer and different KPIs, as well giving not only data to the landlord or the reports to the landlord, but we are also giving a transparency, trust, and loyalty between landlord and a tenant. And this is the biggest issue that has been for many years, where the landlord and tenant basically are constantly against each other. I will not say fighting, but against each other. Yeah. The trust is not there. Implementing our solution, it will completely change their behavior, because we always say if you want to receive something, you also need to give something. In this case, if you're receiving a data and sales data from tenants, you should also send something back to them. And with our solution, that it's two-way communication between tenant and shopping mall, you are basically giving tenant a full analytics solution.
So they can complement the data from one side to another side in an easy way.
Yeah, not I will say not from one side to another side, but mostly it's the tenant today. If you look, they have their stores. They can only fit the store inside the rent area. So everything outside of the store, it's owned by mall. Yeah. So if they want a counter, they can put at the attentions. What they will get currently from a counter, that they can get in and out, gender, male, female, and that's it, real-time data. But the mall have opportunity to basically add a counter outside of the store. They will get the store will get the same KPIs. They will get order metrics in and out, gender, male, female. They can combine it with their POS and get the different KPIs like conversion rate. But placing it outside store, and this is when we go on the store level, where actually the mall is helping tenants to analyze their stores. Then they can also get the window conversion. How long visitors has been staying in the window area, which way they have been looking. Are they looking directly in the window or they are looking opposite? We are only measuring those that are looking directly at the window. And those that are looking, are they entering store or are they just going away from the store? If you go to the mall, today mall it's a destination. So you cannot actually, you are not going to the mall because of, you're not going to the mall because of an advertisement that you have seen online or advertisement that you have seen in the magazine. So basically, you are going to the mall to spend some time, and if you see a nice shirt or a nice pants in the window, or maybe a sale, then you are entering the store. So the most important for the retailers in this case, in the mall area, is to understand their window conversion rates and to understand how their windows are impacting visitors. So if they have a good window conversion rate, they will also have a good capture rate. So basically, placing the sensors outside will not only give two metrics to the retailers, but it will open for a lot of more metrics for every retailer.
And also for the malls, when they are creating this partnership with stores, I imagine that normally the malls, they try to use the KPIs to attract more visitors, but how they can do that? It's something related to campaigns connected directly to the system, or is something totally offline?
So many malls have invested heavily in their apps, marketing apps. So if you look, that there's a lot of marketing apps, beacons that have been put against mall. When you go to the mall, you get notification. If you're at the home, you get those notification. The only problem, what we are seeing, is that people are not downloading apps. So you are there's a spend amounts and amounts of money to promote the app, but we are seeing, when we are measuring based on our footfall counters and compared to the apps that they have, it's basically we are seeing 1%, 2%. So instead of spending money on developing their own apps, they should look at the big players like Mplate and other companies that we have collaboration with, where there's constantly updates on the apps. So there's a constantly changes. There's a promotion from the different retailers, where the app, it's not only working from the mall side to the consumers or visitors, but it's also retailers where they can import their campaigns directly. So here you have actually not a partnership, but more than partnership, a collaboration with tenant, with the landlord, and with the visitors.
And normally these campaigns to attract and connect are based in which type of technology?
To attract visitors, or to for the mall, it's important to, of course, attract visitors. So to get more visitors every day, and they need to spend in marketing. And this is that has been a huge problems, and where there was no trust, there's no loyalty between tenant and landlord. But they should not see each other as a competitor. They should see each other as a partners. They should help each other. So basically, to get the visitors, you need to invest into technology. You need to invest into. There's not. I will say. Data. It's the most important thing today. So if you invest in the data, you will also have visitors, and you will also invest in the right campaigns.
I mean, sometimes when I listen about applications where the consumer needed to install something from the mall, people normally talk about beacons. Is something related to beacons or not?
Yeah, beacons. Beacons basically are just placed at each stores. If you have this marketing app, you need to place a beacon. So beacon can send you information based on the event, or based on the sale, or a shirt that is a good offer for you. So the beacons, it's still used in the mall. It's only many people think that many malls think that beacons are a technology that can give them a lot of data, but it's only one-way communication. So you need to have app to communicate with that beacons, and you need to download that app to communicate with the beacon. So you cannot track a visitor or a customer just having a beacon, this is something, or count, or say, I know how many people are visiting my store based on the beacons. It's not true, because you need to have app to communicate with those beacons, and that app need to be programmed to those beacons. Or to the platform where our beacons implemented into. So yeah, beacons are still used, and this is to understand cross-shopping. This is to understand the movement of the visitor inside the mall. As you cannot do the full tracking analytics inside the mall with the sensors, it will be a huge amount of the sensors, and it will cost a lot. So nothing that we recommend, or nothing that we have been done, because it's large areas. And to do the full tracking, you cannot do only in the corridors. You also need to do in the stores, and need permission from the different stores, so you don't lose them from the tracks. So yeah, the marketing apps, I will recommend malls not to invest in their own apps, because if they invest, they also need to have power to keep it updated, to keep it constantly updated and maintain. If you're not maintaining, then your app will be deleted.